The exhibition auction kicks off February 2nd at the Larsen Gallery. The event also includes the work from acclaimed Native American artist Fritz Scholder, as well as our next guest, local artist Ahmed J. Cannon, who is known for his hyper-realism paintings. We welcome Ahmed J. Cannon to Arizona Horizon. Good to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, man. This is an honor, and I'm so blessed to be here.
Well, thank you so much. When you have an exhibition, what goes through your mind? Is it exciting? Are you nervous?
Well, first of all, sharing gallery space with Fritz Scholder and Rusty Bower is amazing. Especially my story. I mean, I took over 20 years off as an artist. And basically, guys, February 2nd is the opening. It's going to be a great event, a charity event. And basically, when I heard about the charity, the Molina School for Jazz, I knew I had to be a part of it. And I definitely need to give a shout out to William Doc Jones. He's the head of the Scottsdale Jazz Organization, the International Jazz Organization, as well as Polly and Scott Larsen, heads of their own Larsen Gallery in Scottsdale, the best art gallery in Scottsdale.
You mentioned you took some time off from art. What was that about?
Oh my God. Well, life happened. But in this time, I really got true to myself. I found myself again. I went from AJ to Ahmed. I used to be nicknamed AJ for a long time, but I went to Kenya recently, about 4 months ago.
Wow.
I was named after Ahmed the elephant. So I rediscovered myself through that, and that's a whole other story. We could talk about that for 20 minutes. But getting back to the art side, I had an ex-girlfriend in 1998. She wanted to show her grandmother my artwork, and so she brought her grandmother and her aunt over to my place, and they saw my art, and they were like, "You need to paint jazz." And I was like, "What?" I was like, I love jazz, but I didn't know that it would motivate me. But it was the best decision that I've ever, made and has been brought to me as an artist.
What is it about painting jazz artists? I mean, obviously you're talking one art form and another art form, but why did this hit you?
Well, because she loved jazz so much, she gave me original pictures of jazz musicians that are in the Jazz Hall of Fame, but most people don't know. There's people like Buddy Tate and Al Gray. And Terry Clark, and there's so many more that people, they know them, but they don't really know them. So my goal right now is to bring more awareness to them. I'm an artist, but I'm also, I feel like a historian. And it's been an amazing ride to learn more about these jazz musicians along the road.
But you also have a music history, do you not? Do you play the cello and the violin?
I used to play cello, yes. My parents, growing up, both my parents, and they were artists as well. My dad was a painter, and my mom made handcrafted jewelry. But they always encouraged the arts. So we all had to play an instrument. I played cello, and my brother played cello. My younger brother played viola, and my little sister played violin and piano. What
now? Okay, so you could either go in the music direction or the art direction.
I started drawing when I was 3 years old. My dad taught me how to draw, and from there, I couldn't be stopped.
Yeah.
I just loved the process, and I wasn't the best painter, but as I progressed, I started getting better and better. And it wasn't until college that some professors really brought out me understanding how to paint. And then from there, I fell in love with the process. And my dad had commissioned me to do some pieces. And basically, the four artists that have made the most impact in my life are Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Norman Rockwell, and an artist named Charles White. And that I definitely recommend you guys looking up Charles White, because his work is amazing. And my dad painted Charles White's pieces. So when I was a kid, I would walk in and they'd see these amazing pieces. And then he ended up commissioning me to do some pieces of Charles White's too. So it just kind of stemmed from there.
But you're back into music with now this group, this Molina School of Music and Music Education for Kids.
Yes. To me, I love giving something, having an opportunity to be able to help provide, because, music, arts, the creative, we all need those, and it keeps kids active, it keeps them positive, it keeps them encouraged and inspired. And to me, I know how important it was for me. So to be able to help provide those things for youth that may not have the opportunity is amazing to me. So I'll do whatever I can, pay it forward to help out in any way that I can.
How do you get the time, though, to paint and be an executive of the school and all this business?
Well, I juggle a lot.
Yeah.
And, I don't sleep a lot. But let me tell you something. But I also, in the time, I created Stop the Hate, Violence, and Division, as well as Love Heals. And so I also travel. I just got back from Antarctica, and I've been to Egypt and South Africa and Kenya, and I plan on doing more trips. But going back to the art, there's a February 2nd, Larsen Gallery. It's going to be a huge live event, live jazz music. And it's basically, again, part of the proceeds are going to the Molina School of Jazz.
Okay, I'm glad you got all that in there. But real quickly, you got your Love Heals T-shirt, and
That's
before
right.
you go, hold up that other T-shirt. That's something else that you
yes, Stop
hold
the
it
Hate,
right
Violence,
there.
and Division. So
so that's your artwork, and
that is my design, and it was something that I wanted to bring the world a little closer. Obviously, in 2020, politically, we were, the division is it's very sad. And to me, I wanted to, instead of point the fingers or be part of the problem, I wanted to be part of the solution. So to me, it's like, let's focus on the things that we have in common, our commonality, not just the things that are wrong, but the things that we have right. And so to me, I felt like we all have more in common than we have differences. So how do you kind of bring people together? Well, you don't talk about politics. You talk about sports. You talk about music. You talk about art.
You talk about art.
Yes, you talk about travel.
And we got to stop you there, but it's a great way to end the interview. It's a great talking about art with you, and good luck with that exhibit and your art. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
That's it for now. I'm Ted Simons. Thank you for joining us. You have a great evening.